Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Argento. Welcome back to another fun day of literacy and writing. We have been reading our poem, We Depend on Trees, for a little bit now. And today we are going to talk about and write about some of the animals that are helped by those trees. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is look at our poem again. This is our poem, We Depend on Trees. I'm going to read through it. As I'm reading the poem, think about in your head the different animals in that poem that are helped by trees. Okay, so just put them into your brain as I read about them. Are you ready? All right, let's get started. We depend on trees. We depend on trees. We depend on trees. We eat fruits and nuts and chocolates. We depend on trees. Caterpillars depend on trees. Caterpillars depend on trees. They munch on leaves just as they please. Caterpillars depend on trees. Deer depend on trees. Deer depend on trees. They feed on bark in day or dark. Deer depend on trees. Squirrels depend on trees. Squirrels depend on trees. They scarf down seeds and nuts with ease. Squirrels depend on trees. Birds depend on trees. Birds depend on trees. They fly in line to eat and dine. Birds depend on trees. Wow, I know that I really like that poem. I also heard a lot of different animals that the author talked about in the poem that depend on trees, that get different things from trees. Let's talk about those animals that get different things from trees. What is something that is helped by trees? What's something that depends on trees? Yes, people. We depend on trees. We get lots of fruits and nuts, chocolate, seeds, all sorts of things that we can eat from trees. People depend on trees for food. What was another animal in the poem? Yes, caterpillars. Caterpillars depend on trees for food. Caterpillars eat leaves. What's another animal that we heard about? Deer. Yes, deer eat bark from trees. Great job. What's one more animal? Good job. Squirrels. So we know that squirrels depend on trees, not only because they eat there, but also because they live in trees. What's the last animal that this poem talked about? Yes, good job, friends. Birds. We have all seen birds fly in and out of trees. Birds put their nests in trees, and birds eat from the trees. Here we can see all the different animals that the author talked about that are helped by trees. Now it's time for us to do our writing. If you don't have this paper, that's okay. All you need is a regular paper and a pencil, and you will be able to do this with us. Okay? If you do have the packet, then you can go ahead and turn to this page and get ready to write on it now. So our sentence says, trees help blank by giving them blank. Then we have to draw and label a picture that matches our sentence. Okay, so I know what I want to write about. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I would do it. Then it will be your turn to do it on your own. So I'm going to write a sentence about people. We know from our poem that people depend on trees. So I'm going to say, trees help people by giving them fruit and other food. So let's see, trees help people by giving them fruit and other food. And I made sure to put a period at the end of my sentence. I'm going to read my sentence again so I know what my picture needs to be. Trees help people by giving them fruit and other food. Now, I chose to write my sentence about people. You're going to choose to write your sentence about one of the other animals in the trees. So you have to think after you write your sentence, what picture can I draw to make sure it matches? So thinking about my picture about how people eat fruit and other foods from trees, I think I know what I want to draw. I'm going to start out with an apple tree. People eat apples, so that is a tree that we use for food. But can't forget my label. Apple tree. Okay, but I can't just draw the tree, right? I need to draw the people as well. Here are two girls that were picking apples from the tree, and now they're going to eat them. So I'm going to label them people eating apples. I don't just want to have an apple tree. I also want to draw another fruit tree to show how people use trees. So I would want to draw this orange tree. Now on this tree, we've got people and friends that are helping to pick the oranges, gather them, eat them. So I'm going to label this one an orange tree. And I'm going to label the friends at the bottom as people eating oranges. Do my pictures and my labels match the sentence I wrote about trees helping people by giving them fruit and other food? Yes, it does. Good job. People eat fruit from trees. That's how trees help people. Now it's your turn to think about the other animals in the poem, maybe a caterpillar, deer, squirrel, or bird. You get to write your sentence and draw your picture to match about how trees help that animal. Don't forget your labels. Whenever you're finished, make sure you send a picture to your teacher so they can see how great your work is. I know they're excited waiting to see what you've done. Great job today, boys and girls. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.